Welcome along to episode 828 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. Coming up on the show this week, we've got Briony May Williams, Bake Off star, letting us know all about the big lunch with the Eden Project. We'll be joined by Tom Keane from Compton Care to find out about their appearance in the Staffordshire Good Food Guide. Joseph Potter shares his music with us and we hear his latest track, Drowning. We'll be talking to the Beardy Gardener Leigh Johnstone all about the RHS Malvern Spring Festival. And MusCom are back in action with everybody talking about Jamie. There, Jamie, is Michael Astley, who'll be letting us know all about the show. That's on the way on this show this week.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 The
RHS Malvern Spring Festival is on its way from the 8th of May as a brand new feature down there, the Give It a Grow Theatre. Looking after that is broadcaster, podcaster, mental health advocate, and all-round nice fella, the beardy one, Leigh Johnstone. How you doing, sir?
That's very kind. What a lovely introduction. I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, no, all good. Good to have you along. And under your guise as the Beardy Gardener, you will be sort of hosting, giving advice, and being there to chat through with various celebrity guests throughout the whole of the event, and really help people with their gardens and what great things gardens are for looking after our mental health, physical health, and everything else in between.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a brand new stage. I hosted last year, which is wonderful. And they've asked me back, which is nice. So obviously did something right. And yeah, I've got a great range of guests, really talking a lot about some practical advice from house plants to growing meadows in our gardens through to soil health. And then I've got, as you've said, I've got some really big gardening guests like Adam Frost I'll be talking to, and Rachel DeTame from Gardeners World. And it's a really great stage where it'll be really, really in-depth gardening knowledge and advice and tips, as well as a little bit about how gardening can help improve our well-being and mental health, which is what I'll be talking about with Adam Frost. And it's going to be a brilliant, if I do say so myself, stage.
Absolutely. And it's always worth visiting the stage at these events. Sometimes people just turn up and have a walk round and look at, yes, at the amazing flowers. They talk to the garden centres there. They get advice from various different people. But I think really sitting down, making a plan of which of these stages you want to go to and at what time, because they're normally all sort of worked out so you can sort of go between them. And whilst the stage is being set for the next one in the one pavilion, you go along to another one for another brilliant talk. And whether you're looking at something slightly different in the case of the Give It a Grow, or some of the other amazing talks that will be happening. It's just a wealth of knowledge, isn't it? And it's just so good to be able to get that all in one place.
Absolutely. And I love Malvern Show. It's a great site, and there is so much, from the show gardens through to the specialist nurseries where you get great advice from those specialist nurseries and those growers as well. But yeah, even just having a couple of talks in your head throughout the day, just you want to go and see that because you've got a pond and you want advice on pond plants, or I've got a couple of house plants and I'd really, really like some advice on house plants. And actually Malvern is, for the first year this year, they're doing the houseplant show gardens, which is really exciting. And I've got Sarah and Gerard Jones, who's going to do a houseplant question time with me because I need advice on houseplants. It's not really my forte, I'm always about outside, so I could do with some advice there. So yeah, I always say, pick a couple of talks throughout the day. You could get lost and spend all day just sitting and hearing everyone's talks. But yeah, I think it's great to have a couple of things picked out, and then it just really enhances your day.
Absolutely. And there's loads of great stars down there. I mean, the likes of Martin and Jewel Fish are going to be hosting their potting theatre stage. You've got the Festival Theatre. Nikki Chapman's down there as well. So, I mean, there is competition for your time, but certainly there is something. It depends on what you want to see and where. And of course, on Friday, Alan Titchmarsh himself is going to be down there as well. So we've got gardening royalty.
Absolutely, and on the couple of times I've met Alan, he's such a lovely man, and I'm thrilled that he's back. And and yeah, he's always obviously the font of all knowledge when it comes to gardens.
Well, I'm hoping to bump into Raymond Blanc on Thursday, which is when I'm doing my show from down there. And that's going to be great because he's going to be in the Kitchen Garden Theatre. And I think, again, this is all just ways of approaching what we enjoy doing, whether it be cooking or gardening, or even if you just have a little herb garden. So you pop a sprig of something you've grown on top of some of your dishes as garnish. I think that all, it just brings the garden into the home in various ways, whether we're eating bits of it or just looking at it through the window.
Exactly. And I think that's what Malvern again do really well is that they have that range of there's something for everyone through to the children's gardening. You know, I'm talking to Chris Collins who does the children's gardening competition there about just getting kids involved. Yeah, through to Mark hosting the kitchen garden stage. And yeah, what can you grow? What's an interesting thing to grow this year? There is literally, it sounds cliche, but there is something for everyone. There
Yeah.
it's in, and I'm really excited about my lineup as well because it's such a diverse mix.
Well, it's always a brilliant event. I'm looking forward to going along, and I like the fact it covers the whole of the Midlands pretty much as well. And Malvern Place hosts so well, yeah, but with both the RHS events, spring and autumn, it's always an absolute treat. And when you can also find out all the other events they have taken place. But it all gets going on Thursday the 8th. It runs through to Sunday the 11th, and there's say different things, different days. It might well be that you want to come in for several days just to see the different guests that you've got down there.
Absolutely, and people do that as well. Yeah, and if anyone's there wants to say hello, I love talking to the public. So just come and say hello and anything I can. My thing is all about gardening and well-being and getting your hands in the soil and just being out there for your own mental health. So yeah, look forward to seeing everyone that comes.
Well, hopefully we'll bump into you and have a bit of a catch up and see how things are going on the day when I'm down there.
That'll be lovely.
But meanwhile, for now, the Beardy Gardener Leigh Johnstone, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Now, when it comes down to inspiration in the kitchen, it seems that many of us are just stuck in a rut. No idea what to do that's new, different, and fun. Somebody who has risen to that challenge on national TV as part of the Great British Bake Off and now on escape to the country is Briony May Williams, who joins me now. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
All good here. I hope you're loving life and, of course, loving what you're prepping in the kitchen.
Absolutely, always. I'm always busy in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen now, actually, but not cooking.
I'm always open to be invited around to lunch or something.
Yeah,
If ever you want someone to come and have a natter with you, I'll bring the gear. We'll do a show from your kitchen. That'd be a bit of fun, wouldn't it?
Fantastic. Get your people to call my people. We'll make it happen.
We'll see what we can do. But I mean, the Eden Project have got the big lunch for 2025, and we need a bit of inspiration on what we're going to do if we're doing something special for charity too, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Big Lunch has been running since 2009, launched by the Eden Project. And the idea is that it gets people together. It's an annual celebration of neighbours, communities, and sharing food, basically, which, let's be honest, we all love doing. And at the moment, actually launching today, is the Big Lunch recipe search. So the idea is that we're looking for hidden culinary gems, dishes that are great for sharing, that inspire people to prepare and share that food with their neighbours, their loved ones, their communities. So it might be a dish that combines unusual flavors, maybe something slightly unexpected. So, for example, I make peanut butter and chocolate chip cookies, but I add fennel into mine. And people always go, "What?" And I say, "Trust me, try it." And they go, "Oh, okay." And I'll usually converted, or dishes maybe that have a story behind them or have been passed down through the generations. I think that's something that we're losing, sadly, that we don't pass down our recipes to people as much as we did before my nan passed away. I made sure that I got all of her recipes, wrote them down, got all her old recipe books so that I had them to pass on to the next generation. So we want people basically to submit their recipes to try and inspire people to get cooking, because people like cooking from scratch. They're cooking more from scratch, but they're just lacking in inspiration. So you can submit your entry on thebiglunch.com. It could be added to the Big Lunch cookbook, which is going to be online. Ooh. You might win and be invited to a very exciting event in London in early June. Or you might win a hamper. There's lots going on. Or it could inspire someone to cook your recipe and they might cook it for their family or their Big Lunch event. Sorry, just my dog just went past at that point and made a lot of noise. And you could cook it for your dog. No, don't cook it for your dog. Or it could just be a really fun thing to do. So it's just a great way of getting people back in the kitchen, getting people cooking from scratch and cooking new things.
Yeah, and I think it is those family recipes that can be something of a surprise. I mean, I wish I knew how my gran made Yorkshire pudding because that was amazing. We've never been able to recreate it. She passed away in '94, so it's one of those things we've been missing out on for 30 years. But
Yeah.
it is those sort of things that make a difference. But equally, with air fryers, that has caused people to have inspiration and try cooking things in different ways. And the fact that you can put stuff in together in one of these magical baskets and it comes out in next to no time. I mean, that's another great way of quickly cooking food for the masses.
Absolutely. And, air fryers are amazing. We use ours all the time. I mean, I use it for baking, for air frying, for all sorts. You really can do anything in an air fryer. And I do think it's a great way of getting younger people involved in cooking as well, because it's a slightly, simpler thing to do. A lot of them are quite safe for people to use, obviously as long as they're monitored by a grown up, but they can get a little bit more independent with their cooking. And I think they're a wonderful addition to the kitchen.
So obviously we want something tasty. We want something we can share. We want it to be a big part of the big lunch. But we can also say we're pulling together these events ourselves, aren't we? So we're looking forward to the big day. When's that?
Yeah, so if you want to get involved in the Big Lunch, you can head to biglunch.com, which has got all the resources, tips, guide, ideas, everything you could possibly want. And then you can set up your Big Lunch for either the 7th or the 8th of June. And yeah, it's just a great way of getting people together, share food with your neighbours, get to know people in your community, and really generate those relationships. And the Big Lunch recipe search, it has launched now, and it closes on the 9th of May. So if you've got a recipe in mind, get that submitted, and hopefully your entry will do well.
Yeah, and I know you're working with Dame Prue as you're getting all this set up here. Is it still scary when you see her? Because she almost judges anything. If you invite her out for tea, does she assess your scones?
I mean, anything that you give Prue Leith, I just think to be honest with you, she is just the most lovely woman. She's just an absolute icon, same as Ainsley Harriott. They're national treasures, and you just learn so much from them. Anything that they say to you, any advice that you give, you listen and you take it on board.
And obviously, you've talked about your fennel and your biscuits, but is there anything else that you would do that's a bit amazing for a big lunch treat that maybe hasn't been done before? If you've got to be creative now, what would you come up with?
Well, I've been inspired by one of the recipes that was sent to me as part of the launch of the Big Lunch recipe search. And it's a lady called Emily from Oxford. She's created something called the Climatarian Burger, which I just love the name of. And it's basically a way of encouraging her husband to eat less meat, but still have that meat. So she swaps out half of the beef mince in the burger for grated mushrooms, combines it all together. So you get double the flavour, but you're using half the meat, which I thought was really clever. So I'm inspired to do that.
Okay, there's a thing. Give it a go and see how these things turn out. If you love it, share it as part of the big lunch when you invite everybody around to do their thing in June. Meanwhile, you say you can grab all those details, give it a Google if you're not stuck on anything else, and we can see you, Prue, and Ainsley all sort of coming together on the website to create an amazing communal atmosphere, and that's what it's about, isn't it? Everyone getting together, feeling good about food, and sharing a moment.
Absolutely. And this wonderful survey that the Eden Project have done has actually shown that food tastes better when you share it with others.
There's endorphins and stuff when you're smiling,
Absolutely,
isn't there? Yeah.
absolutely. There's definite joy to be found in sharing food with other people. So yeah.
Well, Bake Off star, Escape to the Country star, all-round cooking, baking superstar, Briony May Williams. Thank you for joining, because you were almost blushing then. But
I know.
Enjoy yourself, have a great time with this, and keep inspiring people.
Thanks, Jason.
Joseph Potter's been busy making music and music videos whilst he's, I think, at university. He joins me now to tell me what is going on in his world. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm all right.
That's good. Right, so give us the potted history then. What should we know? What is the Potter history, as it were?
I've been making music videos for a while for my friends. Well, not really friends, but just people I'd meet along the way when I was in college. And I go to film school currently, so I kind of kept that up and made a lot of music videos, directed some short films, and then was making music videos for people that I thought, I don't know, that like they weren't that good at music. So I thought maybe I could do this myself, because I already do like played music and then like just been releasing it ever since. But as a bit of a hobby alongside uni, I guess.
Because I mean, you went to Dudley College, and that's where you get yourself set
Yeah,
up with your BTEC, and
yeah.
then university beckons. So, are you really you honing the skills they're teaching you during the day at night when you're making music videos? Is that how it's working?
Yeah, a little bit. I think so. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So right now I haven't made music for a little bit. Like I haven't made music for maybe like I don't know a month or so because I've got to crack down on my dissertation. So
Hmm.
like my final year, and then after that in summer, it'll probably pick up speed a little bit more.
So, what is the plan then? Are you looking for a job in Hollywood next?
No, no, probably not. I'd, I don't know. I'd kind of just want to like, um, work for a marketing company or something in videography or advertising. Maybe I just kind of like doing these things as a hobby, really. And if they go well, they go well. But I don't want to rely on them, you know.
But I mean, there is a lot of that sort of stuff going on at the moment. So, you're in a good place to be able to work in that world. And is that something that runs in the family?
Not really, no. I mean, my dad is a graphic designer, and my mom works at a school. So I guess they're both creative in their own right, though.
Yeah, so they're creative in their own way,
Yeah.
and that way, I think it's probably giving you the sort of realization that actually this is a career. It is a job. It's not the way it's often billed to people.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
So when it comes to the music, then obviously, say you haven't done much music because of the dissertation interrupting. But is there going to be like a whole album about the perils of university life?
No, probably not, but that's probably like interwoven within the music, but not directly like about that, I guess.
But
It's
so
just
what is
like
the
your life,
story
isn't
then?
it? Pardon?
What is the story of your next set of songs going to be then? Do you think?
Well, right now I'm working on my dissertation, which is about synesthesia and the kind of connection between sound and visuals and what sound can trigger in your mind and kind of focusing on that and sound representing colors or sound to work in like a positive like way for your mental health, like chakra kind of noises and like using different types of instruments to give you a certain feeling. So the next album I think I'd go down that route and like kind of make, and I already have done, it's like 5 tracks in already, but like um yeah, kind of working with healing sounds maybe and
Okay.
things related to like the interpretation of sound and color and what that means to us and how it makes us feel.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how that album goes. So it'll be both in stereo and almost 3D in your head at the same time.
Yeah, but in your head as well, because when you listen to something, like if you listen to the theme tune for like the good, bad, and the ugly, then you get an image in your head of what's going on in that scene.
Hmm. And your music's going to do that for us too. So you'll be creating that through
But
the.
yeah, that's
Oh,
the goal of music.
okay. Well, we'll
Yeah,
see how
quite.
that goes. So you're going to
Okay.
share some music with us now. What are we going to listen to? And tell us a bit about the background to the video with this as well.
Okay, so this song is called Drowning, um, and it's off my second album called Gumball. And I made the music video a little bit on a whim, really. Like it's on YouTube if you wanted to check it out. But it's all done with a sort of wide lens with a camera attached to a tripod that's got 2 straps on it, and that's attached to my like belly, and it gives a really cool effect when you walk around because the camera stays in one place, but you kind of like do this weird kind of turn thing. And I also use AI to like, kind of like change my face and do some weird things there in the video as well. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, well,
But
we'll
yeah,
enjoy the video for that. How do we find that online?
and the Drowning by Joseph Potter
Okay,
official music video on
right.
YouTube.
That'll do the job. Search on YouTube.
Yeah,
And is there more stuff on there as well? Can we see the rest of what you get up to?
yeah. There's some other music videos, but I need to get some short films up there now because they're in different places. But I'll get around to that eventually. But yeah, there's some other things on there too.
Well, we'll talk about the short films when you got that online, and we can share people's work, yeah, your work with people then, and invite them into the rest of what goes on in your head. Meanwhile, the music is what's escaping into the wild at the minute. Drowning the song. I mean, is this the sort of completely inundated with work at uni? Is that what you're drowning in? What's the story?
No, no, no. I guess so. Drowning is just kind of like the feeling of. I think the drums kind of had that feeling, the way they kind of like all drowning together, and sometimes, you know, everybody can feel like that overwhelm. I think the song's about things being overwhelming, maybe.
Okay, well, we'll take a listen to it, see where your head was at the time. We'll be able to see where your head is actually at during the music video because it's the centre of our screen the whole time, even if it isn't always your head. And where do we go to for everything you've got going on the socials and beyond?
On Instagram, it's at Joseph Potter with 2 R's, and on YouTube, it's Joseph Potter Media, and that's really it, to be fair.
Well, it is Joseph Potter doing his thing, enjoying himself at uni quite clearly, and also making the most of the kit that he's let loose with at the same time. Joseph, have a brilliant time with it. Enjoy the music. Look forward to seeing how the career goes. We'll talk more, I'd say, on your films at some point in the not too distant future, I hope. But for now, let's have a tune. See you soon.
See ya. Bye-bye.
She says, what's been up? Just running around, my love. Just running around, my love. It seems like a missed opportunity, taken for granted the things I see. She says, what's been up? Nothing much, down on my luck. It seems like a missed opportunity to tell her how much I have wept for you, for you, for taking my hand as I go, needing my lens, fiberglass. Talk to my mug, surely it'll pass. The feeling of drowning just struck in me. Babe, you had my heart in disbelief. What have I copped so morbid and bleak? Hold it, I've received. I'll keep on walking by, walking by, walking by. I say it's all a lie, it's all a lie, it's all a lie. Let's not repeat these things, caught in a tangled string. She says, what's been up? Nothing much, down on my luck. It seems like a missed opportunity to tell her how much I have wept for
you. MusCom are in action again. It's from the 11th through to the 14th of June. Everybody's talking about Jamie is the show. Jamie in the show is Michael Astley. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. I hope we find you well.
Absolutely. The weather's gorgeous at the moment, so I'm absolutely fantastic.
It does help, but rehearsing during the summer months must be hard work because you throw everything into these shows.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of vests, a lot of water. We've pretty much at this time of the year always got the doors open in the rehearsal studio. So yeah.
So Colton Hall schools will hear the melodies drifting across the parkland.
Absolutely. All over Wolverhampton, apparently, they've heard everybody's talking about Jamie.
And everybody, it's one of those shows that everybody does talk about. An amazing show. And it must be great fun bringing this one to life.
Oh, it's just been absolutely fantastic. Such a great show. So many different layers to it and flavours. As always, you know, MusCom puts on an absolutely fantastic show. And
have been doing so for decades.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we do not take for granted how lucky we are to be performing such a fantastic show that feels really current at the moment. So, yeah.
But it's, I think, amateur regional debut, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so. In terms of adult-wise, we believe that we are the first people within our area to be doing the sort of adult version, not the youth version of Everybody's Talking About Jamie. And it's going to be fantastic.
Well, yeah, and we expect nothing less on MusCom, as they've been doing amazing work forever now. Tell us about the rest of the lineup. Who, other than you being Jamie, who else have we got?
Yeah, so we've got a very big cast for this one. So we've got Laura playing Margaret, Laura Cannadine playing Margaret. We've got Emily Porch, one of my best friends in real life, actually, playing my best friend in the show, Pretty. We've also got Jess Rosier playing Margaret, sorry, Ray. Then we've got Zach Hollinshead playing Loco Chanel. The list goes on. It's absolutely fantastic show.
Well, I'd say that if people who know their Amdram in the area know that that is an amazing lineup, and I did the Chanel role. I can see he was made for that as well. To be fair, so I think that's going to work really well. But it's a difficult one for you. I mean, I'm not suggesting your playing age is a problem, but that's fine. But you are renowned for your facial fur at the moment, so this is going, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So as you can see, I'm starting to get in character a little bit. Just dyed my hair blonde, bit of a bold choice. The facial hair is absolutely going, and you know what? Actually, it has been quite a
But
challenge
no, you
to.
haven't been clean shaven since you were 12.
No, honestly, I mean, all shook up. I think was the last time that I was probably clean shaven. It's going to be really weird for one whole week to be completely clean shaven. Going to be a weird one.
But then this is what you put into these shows. But I mean, there's so much more as well. There's the singing, there's the dance, there's the coping with the shoes. There's all sorts, isn't there?
Wow, as I said at the very beginning, so many different layers to this show. Yeah, in terms of the costumes that we started to just see are incredible. My feet currently kill every single day from learning to walk in heels. I bet my neighbour absolutely hates me because all they can hear is clack clack. The choreography is just wow. Every single time Kimmy, our producer choreographer, puts on such a great show with her direction, and the effort that's gone into this one is just super beautifully done. And James Madison doing our musical direction as well for this show. They're just the absolute dream team.
It's a dream of a musical to do as well because it's got a message. It's got an amazing message, and it's on the right side of now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It feels really current. And you know what? I think that when you first potentially hear about everybody's talking about Jamie, it feels that it's a show about a boy who wants to be a drag queen. And I think it's got so much more to the story and the meaning behind the story than just that. And I think it comes down to the simple message that love always wins. And I feel that is such a massive, massive statement to say in some of the, challenges that we see in everyday life at the moment.
Oh, it's going to be thought-provoking, but jolly good fun. It's going to be an amazingly well done production, and you're going to be moved by it as the show goes on. It's the 11th through to the 14th of June. It's at the Mill Theatre in Sedgley, DY3 1SN. If you're putting that in your sat nav, don't put it in there. You'll have lost it by then. But you can grab your tickets online. It's CT who are doing that, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed. ct.co.uk/MusCom Jamie.
And then grab your tickets there and enjoy in a fantastic theatre an amazing show with a set which actually lends itself well to working on the stage as well. And the cast work the set, don't they, for this one?
Absolutely. This one's going to be quite interesting because a lot of the emotional scenes that we get to do, it's been decided that it's going to be a lot more forward. So you're going to feel as if you're already there in terms of staging, and the set is set to be absolutely beautiful.
And we're going to be able to tell which brand of razor you're using depending on how close the shave is too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be the sponsor for Gillette by the end of the week, probably.
Yeah, no 5 o'clock shadow, please. That doesn't fit the role. It's going to be brilliant. MusCom are amazing. I mean, Michael, you're going to be a star. Michael Astley doing his thing as Jamie in the show. As we say, from the 11th through to the 14th of June. Grab your tickets, ct.co.uk/MusCom Jamie. Thank you for having an answer with us. I'll let you get off to rehearsal now and have a wonderful time on stage. Break a leg, don't damage the heels, and don't actually damage any of your ankles either, will you?
Fingers crossed not.
There's good news for Compton Care. They are featured in a good food guide. To tell us more, I'm joined now by catering manager Tom Keane. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Jason. Yourself?
All good here, and congratulations are in order first of all. But having seen people devour your products when I've been along to things like the memory walk and stuff, we know that they are hugely popular and of the finest quality.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
So tell us about the appearance in the Good Food Guide.
It's awareness that South Staffordshire have decided to do for our Compton Cafe over in Codsall. And it's not just for us; it's for the whole culinary scene, really, of South Staffs. So yeah, we've been included in the South Staff's Good Food Guide, which is a real honour for us, really, to be involved with it. We've had some lovely photos taken of the food and help share the brand awareness, really.
Yeah, and of course, people know about Compton Care, but it's one of the many ways that fundraising takes place for Compton, but also that sense of community as well. And it's the work that Compton does extended into enjoying something to eat.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that's the key goal for us, really, is as a focus for catering, is that there's multiple different ways that people can donate to Compton or support Compton, and we're just another arm of that, really. If you don't go to the shops or join some of the fundraisers, this is more of a lifestyle thing. You can come out and get a coffee or get something to eat, and you're still supporting Compton.
Yeah, because I mean, you've got various sites to eat. So we mentioned Crumbles already. You've got this Compton Cafe, and that's the community hub there. So this is all, again, the outreach that Compton does and providing, I mean, great value food as well. That's another part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's something we're really passionate about, is that because we are in the communities, is making sure that things are affordable. Catering in itself is a really difficult market at the minute. So making sure that we get that balance exactly right is something that we're really passionate about. And yeah, like you've just said, we've got in total 4 retail catering units with Codsall Cafe, which I'm in now. We've obviously got Crumbles on the main site. We also have a coffee shop stroke retail clothing place in Dudley Town Centre in the Churchill shopping centre, and finally St George's in the Retail Plus. So yeah, from a catering perspective, covered.
Absolutely. And I say when people are going out and about, whether they are just looking for a bargain in one of the charity shops and helping to support Compton Care that way, or whether it is something which is a little more involved, if they are heading out specifically, good to head to the Compton Road site for the treats you have down there, and maybe say out and about in Codsall and pop into the community hub. This is all about those people coming together, the food being fantastic, the conversation being an important thing. And I'm sure many a fundraiser has turned up there, not only to spend their cash where they want to, but also to be organising their next event too.
Yeah, it's a great link in arm, Jason, for us to be able to promote Compton and everything that we do, and having this kind of social space within the community is just help us spread the awareness even more. So yeah, it's been really successful in all areas, really.
And of course, there is the brand new breakfast menu on the way too. Where's that one? And tell us all about it.
Yeah, so there's a new spring / summer menu that's come out into Crumbles. It's started off really well in the opening 2 weeks that we've had it now, but we've got a current deal on at the minute for breakfast. So if you're ever caught in any traffic in and around Compton, which can happen sometimes, please feel free to pop in and come and grab a grab and go breakfast deal. So on that, we've got a pastry turnover. So you can have bacon and cheese. We do a cheese and caramelized red onion, or we do a sausage and cheese sausages as well from the local butcher. And that's £5 for one of those, or a Danish pastry, or a granola pot with berries or apple and honey, and a hot drink for £5.
So excellent value for money, and the proceeds, of course, going to help the work of Compton Care. You're doing your bit of good, and you can also have a conversation about Compton Care as you dash through there too, and find out what else is going on.
Correct, indeed. Yeah, I mean we've got some upcoming events from the fundraising side of things. Crumbles got its own quiz coming soon on the 23rd of May, 6 till 9 p.m. Tickets are nearly fully sold, but we do have some left, and that's always a successful, fun event for everyone to get involved with. Some great food, some great atmosphere, some hard quizzing questions.
What more could you ask for? I think it's got it all. So comptoncare.org.uk/cafe, CAFE, if you want to find out more about those 4 sites. And of course, go to the main site to grab your place in the quiz. The details will be on there. But it's a case of keeping up that good work and keeping people fed and happy, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
Well, Tom Keane from the team at Compton Care's Catering, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jason.
That's all for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Back with episode 829 next week. I'll see you then. Ta-ra for now.
Goodbye from the milk bar. Goodbye from the milk bar. Goodbye from the milk bar. Goodbye from the milk bar, yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar, yeah.